things Halloween. This is Hauntformer, and welcome back to another R.I.P. review. I haven't made one of these in a while now, but I am back, and I'm with Jared here. And today we are going to be reviewing the awesome, well, we'll find out in a second, movie Krampus. And this is a pretty interesting movie. A lot of things going on in it.
There's a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about, but we'll try to keep it as short as we can. So, basically, if you haven't heard of the legend of Krampus, basically it's kind of like coal for people who don't believe in coal, and instead get this
It's the
weird...
coal for people that are worse than coal. Like, you know, there's like the normal bad people.
And then there's
These
people. And these people are
pretty bad.
bad and pretty looking out to get something.
Well, first off, I know we're getting right into the negatives, but this movie has a large cast of characters.
It does. It's got lots of people.
For really only being an hour and a half, I mean,
there's a lot to fit in.
A lot, and
they get right to it, too, which is the good thing. Like, I was expecting, oh, when are they going to find out about Krampus? And then, boom, you'll find out if you watch the movie. He shows, right up. And I thought it was nice. The only...
he shows up, but then...
He shows up. The downside to that is...
He shows up once.
And then basically doesn't show up until the end.
Five Nights at Freddy's happens, and then...
And Five Nights at Freddy's, we say that because there's, jump scares with these minor characters that you may care about or may not care about. I personally thought they were interesting.
We should look up if they were in the original lore.
We should. We should look up if they were in the original lore, because if so, then it'd be a lot...
More sense.
It'd make more sense. So I might have to do a research on that. Maybe I'll make a separate video about the history of Krampus. But basically, that is kind of where the movie goes. It's kind of Krampus mixed with this family drama mixed with these other creatures that are like his minions, if you will.
Want to talk about positives first?
Yeah, let's talk about positives. One thing positive is that the characters are really nice in their detail and in their creepy factor. There's one creature in particular that's like an angel, and it's really creepy. It's got a long tongue.
They used the thing that was my positive is that they used a lot of practical effects.
Yeah, they didn't really use too much CG.
I mean, when Krampus
is...
There was a scene where Krampus at the beginning was jumping from building house to house. I mean, that was obviously CG, but it's hard to do with practical effects.
It is.
And make it
especially when he's that big. He's big.
He's big. And
I don't know if he was originally that big. In some pictures, he looks about the size as a kid. He's skinny and
slender,
small,
yeah.
but they made him bigger in this movie, which I don't know if it's good or bad.
I think if they made him look like he does in the folklore, I think it would be to American Horror Story.
He'd look more like
disturbing.
He'd more look like just like a devil creature than he would a more iconic character. And this is what they tried to portray him more looking like Santa in this, bigger.
Like an evil Santa.
Like evil Santa.
But
he looks like evil Santa.
But back to the practical effects, a lot of the things with the dolls,
they were nice. They were nice.
Actual
things.
Animatronics, which was really nice.
It is nice to see.
And it's...
Because in a world where we have so much CG going on...
Poltergeist. That was the prime example of how not to...
Yeah, and you can check out that review also. But basically, that is some of the positive. The negative side, for me at least, there was nothing inherently too scary about this movie. There's a few scenes that are pretty creepy, but nothing that's like, oh man, that's scary. There was nothing like that.
The only thing I'm gonna say was truly creepy to me, and maybe this was just from a cinema... Oh yeah, the cinematography was good. I like the cinematography.
It was good. I like the scenes.
What
were you gonna say?
Negatives, I would say, is that, there wasn't really anything... I mean, the ending, too, without spoiling the ending really wasn't...
It was weird.
If you guys have seen Insidious 3, the ending was similar to that. It had this very fake-out ending, and it was like that. So in that sense, it was alright. Yeah.
So, now it's time for the moment of truth. We gotta rate this thing. Well, I'll start. I'll be the positive one, if you will. I'm going to give this movie 3.5 skulls. for several reasons. It wasn't the best horror movie, but it was definitely interesting. I liked it mostly because it was different. We've seen the slasher movie. We've seen Poltergeist with, like, ghosts and stuff. We've seen it. This is a bit different. I think it's interesting. I liked some of the music they played, and I like the mix of Halloween and Christmas, which are the two best, really, holidays, probably. Not counting Easter or anything, but two of the best holidays coming together. It's kind of like a Gremlin-style thing, but unique in its own way. So 3.5 from me. And Jared, on the other hand, has a different opinion.
So, without stretching the video too much, there was a point in this movie, without spoiling it,
yes,
where it kind of ended, and then it went on, and it didn't end.
And maybe it should have ended
and
there.
If it ended there, I would have given it probably a 3.5, maybe a 4 out of 5 skulls.
But the ending...
But there was a really, like I said, ending like Insidious 3, where it was a, fake out ending, and it was really disappointing.
It was.
And there was no...
I mean, then there was an ending on top of the ending, but that kind of already ruined it.
And then there was the jump scare. Oh yeah, sorry, no spoilers. But there was a jump scare.
There was a jump scare at the very end, and that was kind of like, ha, it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, was it really that wasn't really practical.
And
you'll know what you know what we mean when you see the movie.
Yeah. So I am going to give Krampus a 1.5 out of 5 skulls.
But that's okay.
Yes.
Because while we have opinions about it, what did you think about Krampus? And if you didn't see it, did you like it? Did you hate it?
Were you in between?
Were you in between? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. And before you go, make sure to check out Jared's awesome new channel, Rockin Records.
And we'll have the link.
And we'll have the link in the description. So make sure to subscribe.
Thank you.
But thank you again for watching this R.I.P. review, and make sure to see Krampus in theaters now.
Before he comes and
eat your kids.
Yeah. What, you don't want that to happen.
No. No one does. Thank you again for watching, and remember, for all things Halloween, this is hauntformer.